Hi, welcome to Meta Healing Balancing Center. Now, my Meta Healing Balancing Center is expected to be an institution of multidimensional learning, multidimensional healing. And, I'm J. Manuel Hodge, your metaphysician and integrative medicine health physician as well. Now, just to know me for a little, I'm from St. Thomas. I'm what they call, I'm from St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, and I have always been fascinated with the body and its potential. And throughout, I've learned how to understand the different energies and the physical aspects of the body, what presents itself in different things. And so, I love coming up with natural alternative solutions to bringing about a more balanced you, all right, where you can learn different ways to help yourself and help others. So I'm what they call a medically intuitive integrative medicine physician. I've studied out the body, all its systems, the full anatomy. I've been in many practices, in Qi practices and martial practices over the years. And I'm a lifelong learner. I love learning, but it's more that I love seeing it in action, putting the learning into action. That part, it's such a interesting and beautiful experience when you are utilizing your knowledge and your instincts, where they come together, where you understand why and where and what the factors are that contribute to the body's functions. And so it is, beautiful. I love I love helping people out of their pains and dysfunction, helping them to feel more grounded within themselves, because it helps me. One of my mottos is the best way to help yourself is to help someone else. All right, and however that may be, it's making yourself accountable. I don't like, that's more of a trigger word, but the idea of creating your own accountabilities, rather, and the best way to do that is by helping someone else. I like that I get to do this. It's been a lot sacrifice, but it's so worth it, experiencing you and sharing how to accept and you where you are. And we're going to have many different ups and downs, but understanding the joy of balance, the elation of balance, and what that feels like, and helping the body. I love helping the body come back to a space of balance. And I so often hear, oh man, I feel so light. I feel happy. feel centered, I feel grounded. And my system helps you to feel that now and learn how to bring that about for yourself on a more consistent basis. And the key is applying the techniques so that you can reap the benefits of those techniques and applying them correctly in a specific way. Now, I have a doctorate from the College of Metaphysical Studies, and a master's in acupuncture and oriental medicine from South Baylor University. And I have varied certificates from Reiki to NLP and 2 HHPs. Now, don't get me wrong, I study and study and study because I have to put in practice consistency to see, to be constantly reminded of how amazing the body is in its potential to heal from most of its challenges through very simple means of mindfulness and movement applied with breath and hydration. Yes, I've studied naturopathy, I've studied musculoskeletal, every aspect of the body and its layers I have studied out, and I just love applying them in a manner that brings about healing. I've studied tarot reading and oracle readings and understanding how to utilize how it's all the same systems as in doing Chinese medicine and the different aspects. So it's all the same. Everything is the same. It just repeats itself in a corresponding thread that brings about balance and healing. And I pray to be doing this the rest of my life because, you know, I love sharing with people so that we can learn together to be better. Every time I help someone, it helps me. And so I don't believe in that phrase that I have to be healed so I can heal others. No. I think we're all on a healing journey, and the best way to activate, grow your healing potential is to do it. To wait for anything, you are creating another procrastinatory tool to keep you away from your own desire. So I love understanding these different realms and different things, and I can't honestly say I understand it all. I can't honestly say that, but what I can say is I'm aware of a lot, and the way my mind works is with that corresponding thread, and trying to find that thread to produce the balance that helps you to let go. All right, by employing physical solutions. You know, now um, who can benefit from coming to and learning how to be a meta healing balancing professional? Yes, this is what I am striving to have us create, or has been created, and it's just in the flow of development. People out there who benefit from this is people that want to know how to harness their own healing potential. All right, you get that urge that, like, oh, everybody, you got to put your hands on, you do instinctively, you always go to care. Come learn how to be a meta healing balancing professional. All right, if you desire an education in alternative psychological, physiological, esoteric, and energetic practices, this is where you want to come and learn. Now, if you just desire practical solutions for personal and or social balancing, this is a good space for you to learn that within you as well. To being your best self, to learning how to adapt to your best, highest self is always our goal. You know, if you understand, if you want the understanding of the body and its connections to everything, this is where you'd like to come. Now, everyone can be a meta healing balancing professional if you can take the time to learn basic solutions to natural health challenges. All right, so the goal of the Meta Healing Balancing Center is wholeness or balance. How do we achieve wholeness and balance? It's showing the many different aspects that brings that about for the individual, for the human form, in our attempts to come into wholeness for ourselves. And we do this through understanding the anatomy and the physiology, its functions, its movements, its actions, its contractions. All right, and we also do this in understanding what the corresponsive nature to shifts, movements, displacements, experiences, time, consistencies, color, taste, visual understanding or corresponding association to all the different aspects, then also corresponding to energy and the different bodies of energy that exist within the body, the biocenters, the biopoints, the centers, the layers, and the shoe, all right, in its elemental associations, and how to put that into practice utilizing Qigong practices and meditation, specific meditations geared to putting into practice the understanding of energy and the body and its corresponsive nature to the mind, and it's the mind's willingness to accept and understand the varying different energies, which brings us to esoteric practices, understanding that there are esoteric practices and feelings that help bring us back into balance when we feed those bigger energies or generational energies that exist. And so incorporating and understanding what it means to utilize astrological influences and how to utilize and harness the nature of deities, etc. And then, of course, we have to go into its corresponding nature to our psychological action and inaction, and how to train ourselves into a consistent, simple action that leads to the actions that creates the consistency that reshapes the compensated habit that set in through life's journey, which brings us to wholeness in a sensation of feeling and releasing, so that you can be more clear within the development of goals, desires, dreams, and pain alleviation within the body, better function of the body. Now, I go about this in two phases. Our comprehension goal is for you to really understand anatomy and physiology, how it functions and moves, all right? Really get a fairly basic but good grasp of Eastern medicine, Chinese medicine applications towards health and healing. Also learning some mental mindfulness tricks and things to do to help stimulate the consistency necessary, and utilizing tools, as well as understanding the corresponding nature between the functions in the body, the physical properties of the body, and the where and what and how those sensations present themselves. All right, so the corresponsive nature to that. And then, of course, there's the esoteric phase where you're learning energy, its associations, not just to the physical body, but all its bioluminance and auric fields, as well as understanding the connection between the sacred geometry, tree of life, seed of life, crystal therapy, crystal theory, and of course theological studies, and understanding the vast perception of energy and how these different energies exist and can be tapped into and utilized. And then, of course, neurolinguistic programming in learning how to utilize NLP tricks to help yourself reinforce the work that we've been doing. And so it comes into an aspect of learning not just self-care, but how to care for others as well. All right. And so the journey to becoming a meta healing professional is that every layer is laid with meditation practices that go in line with this. So in our body comprehension and physical systems of the body, every class will be starting with a movement and or meditation, or ending with a meditation, and starting, so that we with simple ways of applying the techniques of understanding on the body. I'm a big fan of feeling while learning, imprinting that understanding on self when learning body comprehension and how the systems work, and every aspect is learning how to utilize, control, and shape the body within its ability to release and let go. In the same sense, you're going to go from understanding the energy comprehension to utilizing that energy comprehension in Qigong and meditation practices. And so this takes you up another level of meditation and application, how to move energy, shape energy, cultivate energy, and manipulate energy, you know. And then, by this time, we can get into esoteric comprehensions, small systems of practices and understanding of the vastness beyond us, and how that connects to and how to utilize a fair understanding of tarot reading and oracles or angels and deities, how to utilize this within the energy practices by connecting the associations to the body and your angelic bodies as well. And then, of course, how to apply it all together to become a multi-dimensional multi-healer. All right, in tying it all together, it's like understanding what does that clinical application look like, and how to do it. And so by the end of this journey, you will be a certified meta balancing professional, certified meta balancing professional, certified by Meta Healing Balancing Center. And yes, so by the end you'll have varying different certifications in Reiki, Vibes, Kadar. You'll have certification in Chinese energy work, in anatomy, physiology. You'll be able to show that you've been through my course program to becoming a meta healing balancing professional, where you learn to utilize your intuitive nature and medical know-how and physical know-how, and so become more medically intuitive in the application of understanding why you apply the varying techniques or practices when called upon. And so the benefits of becoming a metaphysical, or rather, I'm sorry, the benefits of becoming a meta balancing professional, meta healing balancing professional, is to help you understand how to help you and help others. Because as I stated before, the best way to help yourself is to help others. And in the helping of others, you help yourself. So this works, and I think all the other things we create as I call procrastinatory tools or distractions from our goals. It's good to learn so that you can apply, but practice while learning, and learning while practicing, and staying consistent helps to develop the energetic nature and the physical know-how in consistency. And so this will be shown how we put this into practice and how we bring it into mindful awareness through the 5 elements: understanding duality, understanding our connection to our organs, our connection to our meridians, our connections to excesses and deficiency in life, and our connection to reshaping possibility through the application of these elements. And it's gut-wrenching, but it's beautiful experience. And I'll share my story within that. And then we will be, as I said, the meditation process, it's a build throughout, so that by the end of the course that you understand how to create transformation for yourself and for others through breath, hydration, and how to cultivate. So first we're going to have you just simply understand what energy is, how to feel it, how to sit with it, all right, and how to generate it. Then, of course, the aspect of that generation, we're going to go into the sensitivity aspect of it, how to make it sensitive enough to work the way we need it to work. And then, of course, when we're sensitive enough to feel and understand what it is we're feeling, then we can get into how to direct it, how to move it, how to shape it, how to get that energy to do what you need it to do, and how to put it into play. And so as you're shaping that energy, you're understanding which body you're working with, which layer you're working with, and adapt your energy to help produce the result that brings that about. Which of course is going to create its own transformation for you to manifest whatever it is that you desire. In some aspects, is to show that anything that we put consistent practice in that allows us to let go and or reshape ourselves into the ourselves that we want to be. So this will be putting into practice the understanding of those energy centers and bodies and points and places, how to utilize that towards your own individual healing. All right. And, of course, learning Qigong will help. And so that is a part of the movement phases, or one aspect of the movement phases that we will be learning, how to breathe, how to regulate that breath for healing purposes and or circulatory purposes or temperature purposes, how to strengthen the circulation of the body through static holds, and nourishing ourselves and strengthening ourselves through that nourishment, as a way to direct your breath within your body, hence shaping and moving your energy within your body. Then of course we have dynamic Qigong, where you're moving with that breath, all right? And you're not just in a static hold, you're actually moving with that breath as you breathe, and shaping the breath, using the breath and connecting it to the body systems and the body functions to produce a healing effect, and showing various forms and ways to address the body towards healing while healing while getting better. All right, now the system of care that we put into play here at Metta Healing Balancing Center, all right, is understanding what is dysfunction. What is the need? Is it an energetic dysfunction? Is it a physical dysfunction? All right, what's the long-term challenges of this dysfunction? So really assessing the dysfunction of self and seeing all the different bodies of what is expressed, all right? And then by choosing the therapies that help to manage the intensity or produce the absorption within the body through breath and hydration, and regulate the blood pressure of the body, helps to bring about relief. All right, now in the bringing about this relief and in the finding what works for this body, we produce a daily practice. All right, and then mindful awareness applied to that daily practice to help us to come back into prevention or relief. And so the process is cyclical and consistent in helping you to create a more balanced you, and the awareness that you will come out of this program with for the body will be priceless. All right, now we do this by observing. We look at everything. We look and see how a person moves, how a person talks, the process in which they express. We look at how their body responds to their pain, and what are the compensated habits that they are maintaining as a result of their challenge. And through that, you keep an understanding of what are those challenges associated to? What are they associated to in terms of elements, colors, weather, stars, planets, astrology, you name it. So we go in from observing, then we associate what we find and what we see, and then we come up with these results, and we can do different types of reading. We can do tarot reading, we can do navel reading, tongue reading, eye readings, palm readings, foot reading, face readings, life readings, all right, oracle readings and astrological readings. So there's so many different ways that we come about with an approach to health and healing. All right, now one of the things we do is try to manage how we assess. All right, and we utilize some Chinese medicine systems like the 5-shoe system, which helps us to address the immediate needs, the acute challenges that exist, or chronic challenges from just the hands and the feet, or we use the front moon, which is our alarm points, our heads up, forewarning. There's these different points that help us to cue in to see what might need attention on the body, and then how to alleviate those challenges, and or black shoe for more chronic issues that a person may have, to helping them alleviate that challenge, or bring calmness to that challenge, to help it to heal. But this is for more deep-seated correlations to the expressions and the movements and the manifestation of whatever their challenge is. And so we go into understanding how to manage a basic concept of addressing the whole body with simple systems, and of course we make these connections to our auric and our chakra systems within the body, how the colors, what the colors mean in terms of emotions and feelings and expressions, and centers, energy centers, and how it relates to our expression, and how to manipulate and change the areas that are imbalanced or blocked, and how to reshape that into a better flow. So we go through all 12 levels, but really understanding the first 7. And we also use biosystems, how to test, double check different ways to integrate body balancing and connection awareness, connection to the energy layers of physical, mental, and esoteric that exist, and the different tools to tune into those. All right. Now, we also get into some more esoteric practices or understandings of how to remove or banish or confine, to protect you on an energetic, spiritual level, protect you from enteric passengers, or removing enteric passengers from the body, and bringing you into a balance free of the eclectic emotions that come along with these enteric passengers. So we learned some practices on how to balance the body, and understanding of deity access, and ancestral access, and akashic access, to putting in place protections. All right. And so on this, I just wanted to share that check us out, Meta Healing Balancing Center. This program will be coming soon.